Hello and welcome to the special episode of Cricket Predicta, proudly sponsored by 1xBat and Wimeki. I'm your host Anand Kaur, and I'm here to bring you the latest update from the world of cricket. In today's episode, we will discuss about the sixth match of the IPL, which is between Kolkata Knight Riders, the defending champion, versus Rajasthan Royals. But before we talk about this match, let's talk about the yesterday's match, which was between Punjab Kings and Gujarat Titans, where Punjab Kings made a great comeback thanks to the bowling of Arshdeep Singh and Vijay Kumar Vishal, that they got Punjab back into the match. Before that, captain Shreyas Iyer and Shashank Singh's unbeaten 81 run partnership got them to a big total of 243 for 5, which is their second highest total in the IPL. But Gujarat Titans, in response, could only manage 232 for 5. But now let's shift our focus to today's match, where Rajasthan Royals and KKR, Kolkata Knight Riders, meet. This is their second match. Both have won 14 matches each. Now, let's talk about it with our guests. I have former international cricket umpire with me, Anil Chaudhary. Hi, Anil. Thank you so much for joining on the show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So
Thank you for inviting.
let's first talk about yesterday's match. We've seen how Shreyas Iyer made his impact in the first match as captain for Punjab Kings. What do you have to say about that?
I think Shesh Iyer set the tone, and especially you go for an incident which is very minor, but it can tell you how that squad is going to work. He was on 97. They never tried for that century. People try for that, and they go for teams to score, and those crucial runs in last over 23 runs change the entire scenario. So good teamwork, good example set by Ponting and captain himself, and of course outstanding batting by Shashank. He was doing last year also, so he's in good flow.
And we've seen how both the camaraderie between Shreyas Iyer and Ricky Ponting in the previous team also and now again. And we've seen how Arshdeep Singh made an impact as always in the death overs. So what do you have to say about his bowling specifically when you see in the first match?
I always feel in white ball. I think he's number two bowler after Bumrah. I'll keep him along with Mohammad Shami in Indian team. So he's a very important bowler, very intelligent, and his quality is how quickly he adapt to situation and change the pace. Few balls are quicker, few balls are slow, Yorkers, changing angles, and he's outstanding with white ball, no doubt about it. And he proved yesterday.
That was about yesterday's match. Now let's come up to today's match, which is Kolkata Knight Riders, the defending champions, versus the Rajasthan Royals. Both lost their first match and will be eager for the win today. And in Guwahati, we've seen that whosoever has won the toss has not made much of an impact. And now we've seen at this pitch, batters play a big role. So thank you so much, Atul, for joining on the show. I have Atul Vasan, a former India cricketer and commentator. We're talking about the Kolkata Knight Riders versus Rajasthan Royals match. And out of the four matches played in Guwahati, teams batting first have won twice and teams chasing have won once. Interestingly, in three of those matches, the team that lost the toss ended up winning. So, does this mean the toss won't play a significant role here, and especially both teams are looking for a win?
What happens is that toss only becomes crucial or the thing between a win and a loss when it's due or when the rain is in the air. I think if it's not due, then that the advantage of having to chase under lights with the wet ball, and now the wet ball has been countered a bit, and Anil will tell you better about this. I think after 11 overs, if the ball is soggy, then it becomes like a bar of soap, and it's very hard for spinners, especially. And we have seen how crucial and how elementary and how intrinsic spinners are used by the skippers, and how important they are in this T10 for T20 format. So I think the spinners lose that X factor of a dry ball, and the seam is slippery. And also the pitch also gets greasy a bit when the dew is there, and when it's wet, then the ball just doesn't grip at all, and it just comes onto the bat easier. So that makes those extra 20-25 runs, which are the cherry on the top, to get them easier than a dry pitch where the ball is holding up a bit.
So, how much can we count on Sunil Narayan and Varun Chakravarti, the spin twin of Kolkata Knight Riders? They were not very much impactful in the first match, and especially being the defending champion looking for a good start.
It depends. If they bowl first, I think they'll be advantage because summer is here. And in the east, the sun comes up very very early, so the sun beats down on that pitch maybe an hour more than any western part of India. So I think that will afford them, if you're talking about Sunil Narayan and Chakravarti. So I think because of this, it's not the mystery factor. It's just the two wily spinners. You can't call Sunil Narayan off spinner. You can't call Varun Chakravarti leg spinner. Both of them mix. They bring everything to the table, and their uniqueness is that most of the batsmen. I'm not saying all the batsmen. Most of the batsmen doesn't read them from the hand, because Sunil Narayan is hiding the ball these days. Varun Chakravarti doesn't hide, but he also doesn't know what he is. Off spinner, leg spinner. Or he's got that carom ball. He's got that faster one. He's got that quick one. So I think they are good because they read the batsman well, in spite or despite of their talent. The biggest talent which God doesn't, what God gives you and coaches can't teach you, is your connection, where you read, as a batsman you read the bowler and read the situation, and as a bowler you read the batsman what he's going to do. Like the story about Boris Becker and Agassi, you must have heard.
Yeah. That was a very deep insight. Anil, I'd like to ask you that Kolkata and Rajasthan have evenly matched their head-to-head record, but Rajasthan has won 3 out of their last 5 encounters. So can Kolkata make a comeback this time, because both have not had a great start?
I think I think Calcutta is in slightly better position because they have got two batters. Those who can win the game did not perform in the last game. Rinku and Russell. Russell is totally different player. He can change the game entirely on his own. And two mystery bowlers, as Atul said. The quality of these spinners is like, as an umpire, I watch them in all the games. When they're bowling outside leg stump, it will go towards off stump. If they're bowling outside off stump, it will come in. So that is the idea of my umpiring. I used to handle them like this. So they're always attacking into the wickets. They never try to do that chore kind of bowling. They're always wicket to wicket. That's why even if they get run, they come you at they come you hard at you and take wickets, because in this tournament, if you're going to wickets, I think you are in slightly better position. First of all, you're bowling wicket to wicket. It is like you miss, I hit. So if you are getting early wickets, you're saving slow overs with lesser pressure on bowling, because then you're 7 down or 8 down, then you can save runs. Teams, those who are looking for bowling outside the off stump, negative bowling, they're struggling.
As we have seen in all these matches so far, that bowlers are not able to get much wickets. The totals are really high, Anil. And what do you make of what's happened in all these matches? Is pitch playing the part, or are like batters are really strong this time?
I think strong batting. They're analyzing too much, these coaches, and plus one extra player. This impact player is making huge difference. The par score has increased from 200 to 230. So that is the reason. And I think every team is playing aggressively in initial overs. The target for every team is, I think, around 70. They are targeting 70. Let it be 60, but they are targeting 70. Let it be 2 down, 3 down. This is a different thing this year. In all the games, initial overs, except the CSK game, all other teams, they're playing aggressive. They're coming hard into initial overs.
I think that is making more interesting the run fest, especially if we can see almost every game is finishing in the last over, leaving the first one. Atul, I'd like to ask you that in the first match, Captain Ajinkya Rahane performed well, but the team's most expensive player, Venkatesh Iyer, failed to deliver. So, which players you'll be looking will be under the spotlight this time? Will it be, as Anil said, Andre Russell, Rinku Singh, but what about Harshit Rana?
First of all, I think this expensive player, this title, designation, or this name given to you, is the albatross around your neck. Because once you get given a lot of money, then everybody's watching you perform. And I think if you see the record, whoever has been paid crazy money, and inside the player also feels that he doesn't deserve this, but that pressure of getting that money, I can give you example of Jadev Natkar. I can give you the examples of many players, Ben Stokes and all that, who were given huge money. But if you see the deliverables on that, receivables on that money has never been there. So I think Venkatesh Iyer has got that jinx now. So now he has to break it. He has to go back and think the way he was when he was not a famous player or didn't play for India. Then he has to think what his process used to be, what he used to think, what were his aspirations. But now, from where he is, he's getting the money. He's played for India. Now all eyes are in. That is where players takes the extra step. Once you can do well when everybody is watching you, then you become Virat Kohli, then you become Rohit Sharma. Then this is very hard to do. A lot of players get in there and make the name, but to sustain and to take a step up, everybody is not cup of tea. So I think you said Rahane. Look at that, Ajinkya Rahane. If somebody, and I've always maintained that a player who has played higher quality of cricket, that is Test cricket, can become a good one-day player and can become a good T20 player. But from this side, you see a good T20 player very rarely will become a good one day player and very, very, very rarely become a good test player. So I think Ajinkya Rahane has got test class. He was not bought in so many auctions. The Ishwar Pujara doesn't get bought. Hashim Amla doesn't, nobody wants to buy. But Ajinkya Rahane, the way he played, showed that भाई ये वाली बैटिंग जो है ना ये हम भी कर सकते हैं ठीक है पर ये वाली बैटिंग यही करते हैं जो वो हमारी वाली बैटिंग नहीं कर सकते हैं.
That's beautifully summed up. I mean, he has definitely proved his point. And whosoever has got a lot of money is not has not able to perform. Be it Rishabh Pant and Yuzvendra Chahal, but only Captain Shreyas Iyer has done that. So, I mean, there's a lot of pressure for sure. Uh, I'd like to ask you, Anil, that after conceding 20 runs against Hyderabad in the previous match, Rajasthan Royals bowlers faced a lot of criticism. As you could see, Jafra Archer conceded 76 runs and there was no wicket in his 4 overs. So, but their batters put up a strong fight, scoring 242 runs. But it was very, strange kind of to see that Sanju Samson had to be called from an injury and had to become an impact player. So how much, they are relying, Rajasthan is relying on the players to turn things up.
I think they need to come back as a unit. Jaswal should score. Tushar bowled well that day, but I think as a unit they should perform, and that was the only point where they were struggling. And I tell you, those who are bowling for those who are bowling negative bowling, they will not survive in this tournament. Go for wickets, bowl wicket to wicket. That should be the policy. You watch all the games. Bowlers, those who are bowling wicket to wicket and trying to take wicket, flighting as a spinner or fast bowler, those who are changing the pace like Deshpande did, although he was expensive initially, but he was much better compared to others. So they need to think again and they need to plan better.
We could see Dhruv Jurel how much contribution he made, but the limelight will be on Yashasvi Jaiswal because a lot we've seen his form in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. But yes, we could not see him play the white ball cricket. But how crucial will it be to just prove himself when just the IPL has started?
He's coming as an opener if you get a good start, and he's a left-hander also. In this tournament, left-handers are performing better compared to right-handers, except 2-3 exceptions. And Jurel, as Atul said, if you're playing conventional shots, you can always play reverse sweep, all those shots. Once you are set, you can play all kind of shots. And with this power play and all, if your basics are correct, you can always convert your batting style to big shots, which Joel also did, and like Rahane did. So initially, take some time. Don't do things like Maxwell, first ball, reverse sweep. It will backfire. So I think conventional batting with some power hitting. Once you are set, you can see the ball, keep rotating the strike, and one player should play longer. In all these games where teams are winning, one player has scored bigger runs. Others are like they can go for hit. So that kind of partnership and combination, I think I said plan better. Rajasthan, let's see how strongly they come back. Both the teams lost their first game. It will be interesting contest.
And how much are we looking at this key battle of Yashasvi Jaiswal versus Harshit Rana? Because not there have not been any dismissals between them, but Yashasvi Jaiswal's strike rate has been tremendous, 271.4. So how will this key matchup be? Because both of them could not perform in their first match.
I think we should go by
Atul,
current form. All these records, I don't consider much. This tournament is different. Weather is different, pitches are different because we have played the whole season. Pitches are slightly slow on slower side. Yesterday it had some extra bounce because I think it was red mitti because this red clay has extra bounce. But Guwahati will be conventional black soil, and I think weather will be slightly better. Guwahati generally not very hot. Maybe in second inning you can get some swing. Atul, you must have played there because eastern side you get some extra swing for fast bowlers.
Yeah, I think I played many matches there, but it was the old stadium, and the pitches were not there. I remember playing one Mills Trophy finals there in Guwahati, rest of India versus Delhi, and we lost on the last ball. I got out, and I took 4 wickets. I scored 40 runs, but I was a culprit because I got out the last ball, and we lost the Wills Trophy. So you brought not very happy memories in my mind for Guwahati. But having
No,
said
I'm
that, I
talking
think.
about the temperature. Temperature is slightly on lower side, not like Chennai or.
Yeah, because the drop in temperature is a lot. But Chennai, because it's hot, hotter, hottest, it's like or other way
So
around.
it can
But
swing
Guwahati,
swing a bit
yeah,
as a bowler.
yeah. So when the temperature drops a lot, the dew comes, and also when the breeze comes in, and you because it's the atmosphere is a bit rarefied. So I think when the ball has got less resistance in the air, it swings more. So I think that is an edge, but it doesn't really matter in T20. In a longer game, I would have said that yes, I can
Yeah.
give an extra slip. I can bowl 2, 3 more overs in my spell, and the ball will keep on swinging. Maybe it'll reverse swing in the evening. But T20, you mentioned Jaiswal and Harshit Rana. See, because both of them are playing for India, so I think that makes it exciting because Harshit Rana is also suddenly been in limelight, but he's still and he has to prove himself. I think 1 or 2 matches will not convince me about his lineage. But Jaiswal, of course, he is the next big star. And you mentioned Ajinkya Rahane, you mentioned KL Rahul, you mentioned Shreyas Iyer because they are the classical players playing higher grade of cricket and doing well. So that means that the classical batting also will find the way. But having said that, in this impact player rule system, players are going harder in the power plays because they're not afraid of losing an extra wicket because they can always compensate by the impact players. So every team is playing with one extra batsman. Let's say more often than not, teams will use the impact player as a batsman who can hit because that's why the openers they don't take time to settle because they think okay, let me go. If I get out, if I get away with it, we'll get 80. If we don't get away with it, at least we've got an extra player.
Atul, what do you make of Ryan Parag versus Varun Chakravarti matchup? Because Parag has troubled Chakravarti in the last season. His success was majorly attributed to how he countered spin in the middle overs. So, how interesting will it be to see Parag as he's averaged a stunning 98.5% against spinners in the last season of the IPL?
See, it remains to be seen in what context of the match they come up against each other. It's just forecasting that what will happen. We don't know. We know if Riyan Parag is batting with the team on 40 for three, it'll be different matchup. If Riyan Parag is batting 70 for no loss and Varun Chakravarti is coming on to bowl, it's a different setup. So we cannot forecast and hypothecate on that. But it's not as clear as black and white as Imran Khan bowling to Dilip Doshi. And I think we know what's going to happen then. But here we don't know what's going to happen because depends on the condition.
I mean, IPL, we don't know what's going to happen in on the next ball because we see the situation. We saw 7 for 3 Delhi Capitals and they still went on to win the match. And yesterday also we saw that Gujarat Titans were about to, settle, go for a good win, but then Punjab made a great comeback. Now
Yeah.
coming back again to Kolkata Knight Riders, Sanju Samson and Sunil Narayan, they've always had great matchups between them. Narayan has dismissed Samson thrice in the 82 balls in IPL. The strike rate has not been that great, and with Samson coming as impact player, how do you see this matchup, Atul?
You can see the strike rate. So that means that guy is not sure about how to play him. And that's why he's got out 3 times, which is fine. But he's not gone after him. If you have a strike rate of 80 in T20 format, you can clearly see that he is not sure of how he's going to handle it. He has not been able to express himself. So I think this is the kind of matchup and this is the kind of statistics which I appreciate and I admire because now it shows that when Sanju Samson gonna come to bat, I will bowl Sunil Narayan because Sanju will take his time and he will eat a few balls. So this is the kind of predictor which is relevant for me.
Anil, what do you have to say about this matchup of Quinton de Kock versus Jofra Archer? Jofra Archer is playing in the IPL after not many years. Not he's not get that high of playing in the IPL. How things in game has changed. So how much will this matchup play, especially when seeing Quinton de Kock has a strike rate of 173 and he's been dismissed twice by Jofra Archer?
I think Archer is struggling and he's not able to variate that pace, not using Yorkers or maybe whatever he tried, he could not get any wickets. He was struggling like anything last game, and that impact of that last game will also reflect in this game. Also, he'll be under pressure. And Decock is a free kind of player. He's a good left-hander. He can play all the shots. He is good in short arm pull, inside out. He is outstanding. He can change the game, and especially when he's coming at the top, he can set the tempo. And coming to previous point, why Parag and Nitish Rana are not bowling 1 or 2 overs? They are roundish kind of bowler. I've seen them during my umpiring. They are very effective sometime, and especially in the previous game when left-handers were scoring, why they were not bowling? Parag is very effective with this roundy section. So that is another point which you were discussing. I thought I should mention. So yes, all these players they need to perform against each other. We have not seen much, and Sanju gets out to Narayan because he has a tendency to play very back and very late. And Sunil has balls which can go quicker than normal. Sunil Narayan can change the pace immediately. I think that is the reason why he's struggling. He should play slightly forward. He's too back sometime. Look at his stance. When he's facing any kind of bowler, he's slightly always on the back. Maybe he's looking for more time, but I think that is backfiring. He should work on that, like Gill has done. He used to play inside out, but he worked on that. Now he's a better player. So I think they need to discuss with betting with their batting coach and slight fine tuning of their technique with some particular bowler will work. That's my observation as an umpire.
I mean, that's a superb observation. I think you know it all. You know more than anyone else can, Sora, because you've seen from the pitch standing there. So, Atul, both teams are facing after losing their match, but which team do you think will manage to secure the first win today?
Uh, I will back KKR. No, definitely because as Anil said, KKR the law of averages. Because of the two main players have not scored, so they are due for runs. Rinku Singh is due for runs. Andrew Russell, see, in a long sample size, everything will find its own level. So I think Andrew Russell failing last man, Rinku Singh failing. So they are due. So that and both of them are the kind of guys who can take the game away in 3-4 overs from you. And having said that, and their bowling attack is very reliable, very standard, very stable. And I think once you've got the spinners and you're not playing on a grass top, I think I will back KKR in this game. Rajasthan also has got problems. Because of the main strike bowler Jofra Archer, who was the best bowler in the world a couple of seasons ago. Just one injury, he's not been able to come back. He's lost that God particle, which you cannot know. You can't. He's got the pace, he's got the same action, he's got, but something is missing, which was there earlier. Jofra Archer has hit most players on the head in such a short span. Everybody who come up against him has been hit because they don't expect the ball to come so fast. His action is so easy that they realize that they will be able to hit the ball, but the ball comes. But that is not happening now. And because of that excess speed, with the same action, when he used to bowl the slower ones, the players were already prepared for the faster one. And even a slight change in the speed was making him effective. Now, they know that the extra 2 kilometer speed is missing, 1 yard of pace is missing. So I think they're taking him on. And his slower one also is not that effective because of that top layer going.
So, I think you are vying for KKR. Anil, who do you think will win the match today?
I agree with Atul, and KKR has a slight better chance, although T20 difficult to predict. And one more thing which I observed: if your main players are coming as impact players, something is wrong. Maybe because of fitness. And like I said, a few tricks they are missing. They need to work on that. Rajasthan slightly down. I will say 60-40. Let's see. T20 is a difficult game to predict, but I'm with Atul today. I think KKR is slightly
So
better
we
chance in
have
this
so
game.
we have two KKR supporters today. So let's see how it goes. Well, thank you so much,
I am not
gentlemen,
supporting
for
KKR. I am not supporting any team.
Yeah, yeah. Same with me.
yeah, but
We are just
predicting today's match
Predicting,
with who
because
would
if
win.
you start supporting one team and they start to lose, then your IPL is downhill. So because I don't care. I mean, next game I am looking forward to see another player, which makes it more exciting for me.
correct, correct.
If my team loses, I will lose interest.
So
I
thank you so
love
much
games
for your
going to last over.
predictions.
Let it be anybody's win, but I love games to be last over game.
Definitely. That's what keeps up everyone glued, and that's what this league is all about, enjoying it till the end. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining in, for your
Thank you.
insights. We will catch up with you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.